Dear friends and followers, I want to talk to you as an individual today. And at this moment, I want to talk about failure. This term failure has kept a lot of people stagnant in most cases. People see failure as an enemy. People see failure as a destroyer. People see failure as something that shouldn't be, experienced. But I want to differ. I want to differ at this moment. The problem that most people have in life is not about the failure itself. Mind you that failure is an experience. Probably you failed in business or education, relationship, etc. That could be, we may have different experiences of this thing, in different measures and dimensions. But the problem now is not the failure itself. The problem is that most people, when they encounter such thing, when they encounter failure, they are trapped. They are entrenched. They become stagnant with the whole scenario that occurred at that material time. They become emotionally attached to it, mentally attached to it, that they wouldn't let go in order to move forward. Let me tell you what failure does to every individual. Failure is a teacher. You must understand this thing. Failure is a corrector. You must understand this thing. Failure is a guider or a guardian. Because let's assume that you are a student and there is a particular subject that you failed as a person. What do? You have to go back. You have to adjust. You have to face it head on in order to do what? To pass that exam. It now tells you, it now makes you to challenge yourself to do better. So, failure is a challenger for betterment in life. When you begin to see this thing that you experienced probably 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 6 months ago, 2 months ago, as in a positive light, your mind will change. Your thinking will change. Your approach to things will change. The lens at which you see life will change. But the problem is that some people are not emotionally strong to handle situations. Thereby, they fade away with the situation. Sometimes you will meet a mechanic. He will say, no, I'm no longer working as a mechanic. Probably because he damaged somebody's car. And that thing that happened conquered his mind, conquered his thinking, conquered his knowledge about the whole thing. He will begin to think that that's the end of the road. No, not at all, my dear friends. Not at all, my dear brother. Not at all, my dear sister. There are better days ahead of you. Failure, even though it is a negative energy, it's a negative experience, there are many takeaways within that angle, within that part of life. You have to draw your inspirations from those positive, elements that we can draw or adduce from failure in order to move on. Let me tell you, my dear friends and followers, I don't know what you are thinking right now. I don't know where you are. I don't know your experiences. I don't know what has happened. But the question I have to ask you now is, are you alive? Are you still listening to me? Do you come across this clip? If you are able to see this clip, it means that God is not done with your life. God is not done with your business, not done with your marriage, not done with your academics, your calling in life. He's not done with it. He still believes in you, and that's why you are alive. I challenge you today. Don't stop, brother. Don't worry. Don't worry about those things that happen. Don't stop. Dress up, because there are greater things ahead of you. Thank you, and do have a very lovely weekend. Thank you, and do remain blessed.